I wish we could have gone on a trip like this with Mother. She could fight, couldn't she?
Yes, she fought beautifully.
During the State of Play event, Santa Monica Studio has released the gameplay of God of War Laufey. And the community has been riled up with concerns and excitement, which is usually good. It keeps the game talking and hyped up. But I am one of those people who is having concerns about how well this game will set up for the future of God of War. From the gameplay itself, with the new combat system and expanded mythologies, there is so much potential to finally see Faye's feats and strengths. You know, fans of God of War know this isn't our first introduction to Faye's capabilities. We've learned that Faye survived a battle with Thor himself, the second strongest in Norse mythology, and her first interaction with Kratos was a fight that ended in a stalemate. Now, this isn't an attempt to scale Faye above these two, as this was Kratos' first time in Norse mythology without his previous abilities or weapons due to, you know, Greek being destroyed. And for Thor, well, he was flat out wasted drunk, so yeah. But to live and tell tales of battling these two remarkable people, that alone just shows you that's upscaling to its peak. That's the definition of just upscaling, just fighting these two and surviving. It's like that guy with a shovel that beat Kratos in the I'll show that gameplay another time. But now imagine this unit of a lady as your protagonist. Here we are playing as Walk 'em Down Faye, taking down gods from different worlds. What? There's a lot here. Besides my excitement to witness Faye's capabilities for the first time, I am also thrilled to learn about her origins. Previously in adaptations of the game, we barely knew much of Faye personally. In the 2018 game, we found out she was a giant, something hidden from Kratos throughout his entire time knowing her. Now, in God of War Laufey, she is in the afterlife of the gods, something we were not aware of previously that they had of existence of, or a suggestions of when Athena was featured green. But now this let me continue. Before this trailer, we knew she was a giant, but for some reason this giant is in the gods afterlife. This confusion has led many fans to speculate about the reasons of Faye's passing, with the first theory being that she is connected to the mask of Odin that he was fixated on, the green one that he showed Atreus. We assume Faye originally broke the mask, which bonded with her and caused her to fall ill as a mortal. As we seen in the trailer, them mentioning fragments of a mask or a mask in general and pulling shrapnel from Faye's hand, suggesting this was from a mask. Now, the second theory is it's straightforward. We assume Faye has been secretly a god and as well has suffered from the same illness Atreus suffered in God of War 2018 because he was unaware of his godhood. Now, instead of finding out she was a god, this mystery wasn't solved, causing her illness to continue and worsen, and, you know, she's in the afterlife. With all the theories and speculation, this game is bringing a lot of love and excitement for the God of War follow-up. Laufey has a great advantage in opening up the world building of God of War mythology, because one of the biggest mysteries is how Kratos ended up in Norse mythology. I can't say for sure this will be expanded on clearly, but the indications we've seen so far suggest it will help on that. This game offers a chance to bring back our beloved characters with the new goals and adventures. The last time we saw Kratos was in the Valhalla DLC, where you could say he went through some tear therapy and came to terms with owning title of God again, and this time becoming the God of Hope, something Pandora enforced in Kratos to believe in, and now for Kratos to enforce in others to believe in. For Atreus, he set out to find the other giants hidden throughout the realms. Together, our two main characters are set at a fixed point at their peak of their own story. For the next God of War game, our two characters need new goals and agendas. So far, the story started to honor Faye. Maybe the next one could be about protecting or saving her. There's plenty of potential in Faye's story to push the next story for Atreus and Kratos. I'm also curious about what you, the viewers, think. See, what if Faye somehow were resurrected? How would you feel if she were to be added to our duo and just made a trio? Some fans have already announced that if this did happen, it would entirely defeat the personal journey and adventure God of War 2018 held. Aside from the story that can be added on in the next God of War game, what I also seen in this trailer is that Faye jumped during combat. The last time we had a playable character in a God of War franchise that jumped was in God of War Ascensions with Kratos, and before that was God of War 3. And we used to always have Kratos jumping until, until he entered the Norse mythology, made it more earth taking, ground taking. You know what the analogy I'm trying to give. Now, I know they had to make a different type of combat entirely for Faye, but I don't doubt the outline of the mechanism will be similar, or if not, it is definitely possible this is being done to change and evolve the next God of War game with Kratos and Atreus, adding different, mechanics or simple mechanics as in jumping, aerial, combat, and so much more. Now, could you guys imagine if different elements and attacks that could be if jumping were added in God of War Ragnarok? No, but seriously, comment down below. Tell me something. How would this change the flow and dynamic, or even the story, if a simple jumping mechanic was added to God of War Ragnarok? Now, don't think I don't have any concerns. My only concerns remains with the Cube character. See, I definitely don't have an issue with Jack Quaid, and I'm very excited for him in a new voice acting role, as he's done an amazing job voice acting Superman. Without getting carried away though, my assumption is the Cube character will be our side character, as Atreus and Freya are when we main Kratos. I think it's a little difficult to take this character seriously for the time being, but I'm also assuming we'll see more characters like this, which lessens the seriousness and grounded tone God of War has established already. But I do hope my assumptions is incorrect and my concerns will be addressed early on. This entire video was made to address concerns about this game and its impact on the franchise. So it would be wrong for me to not ask you, the amazing, beautiful viewers, what are your concerns so far? And if you haven't already, like and subscribe and look out for more.